Maligayang pagbabalik kaibigan. This is Mr. Kaalaman TV. Kung bago ka lang po sa channel ko, don't forget to subscribe. Ngayon, may isishare naman ako sa inyong another kaalaman na makapagbigay sa atin ng mga impormasyon. Ang magiging topic natin ngayon is about retrenchment. Yes, tama po yun. Retrenchment ang magiging topic natin ngayon. Taglis muna ang gagamitin ko sa ngayon, kaibigan, para may makaintindi sa sinasabi ko. Ginawa ko itong video na ito para sa kaalaman ng hindi pa nakakaalam tungkol sa retrenchment, lalong-lalo na kapag ikaw ay empleyado ka sa ngayon at malay mo, someday magiging employer ka rin. At sa mga estudyanteng na nanood ng video na ito, ay para din sa inyo ito. Malay mo, pagdating ng araw ay magiging empleyado ka rin o magiging employer ka rin. Dahil alam natin sa ngayon na may economic recession due to this COVID-19, marami sa mga employers sa ngayon ang nahihirapan sa pag-operate at nagkakaroon ng losses at humahantong sa pagbabawas ng empleyado para makasurvive. We pray na sana pagising natin bukas o sa sunod na bukas mawawala na itong virus. Kapag mapanood mo ang video na ito hanggang dulo, ito ang malalaman mo, kaibigan. Una, alam mo ba ang retrenchment? Ano-ano ang dahilan nito? Bakit humahantong dito? Alam mo ba ang 4 na elements na kailangan ma-proven bago mag-retrench? Alam mo ba na may criteria na ginagamit in selecting employees in the ground of retrenchment in order to be fair and reasonable? Alam mo ba na may payment kang makukuha kapag nasali ka sa retrenchment program? Yan lamang ang iilan sa mga katanungan na kailangan nating malaman. Kaya, alamin natin. May 2 types of termination of employment dito sa Pilipinas. Una, termination by employer. Pangalawa, voluntary resignation or termination by employee. Ngayon, mag-focus tayo sa termination by employer. Ang 2 opsyon ng employer para mag-terminate ng employment ng kanyang employee ay by just and authorized cause as defined under the law has been established after undergoing due process. Ang retrenchment na topic natin sa ngayon ay nakakapaloob sa authorized cause. This is the right of the management to dismiss workers on the ground of retrenchment to prevent serious losses is governed by Article 283 of the Labor Code. So, kaibigan, yung pagtanggal sa empleyado through retrenchment ay governed by Article 283 of the Labor Code para maiwasan yung serious losses o pagkalugi ng isang kumpanya. In the case decided by the Supreme Court, Waterfront Cebu City Hotel versus Maria L. Melanie P. Jimenez et al. GR number 174214 June 13, 2012 says that retrenchment is the termination of employment initiated by the employer through no fault of and without prejudice to the employees. It is resorted to during the periods of business recession, industrial depression, seasonal fluctuation, or during lulls occasioned by lack of orders, shortage of materials, conversion of plant for a new production program, or the introduction of new methods or more efficient machinery or of automation. It is the act of employer of dismissing employees because of losses and the operation of business, lack of work, considerably reduction on the volume of his business. Kaibigan, iyan lamang po isang valid reason for termination of employment through retrenchment. However, in the case decided by the Supreme Court, Lambert Pawn Brokers and Jewelry Corporation versus Helen Binamera, GR number 170464, July 12, 2010, states that cost-saving measures before resorting to retrenchments are required. So, kaibigan, required po ang cost-saving measures bago mag-retrench si employer. That's a reason why kaya ang DOLE nag-come up with the Advisory 9 subsequently amended by Advisory number 17 series of 2020. Employers are encouraged to adopt flexible work arrangement as remedial measures due to COVID-19. It enunciates that employers should consider these remedial measures instead of removing employees or closing businesses. Alam mo ba na hindi basta-basta lang mag-retrench si employer, kailangan proven ang apat na elements na ito. Before one can dismiss employees on the ground of retrenchment, 4 elements must be proven. First, the losses expected should be substantial. Second, the substantial loss apprehended must be reasonably imminent, and such imminence can be perceived objectively and in good faith by the employer. Thirdly, because of the consequential nature of retrenchment, it must be reasonably and necessary likely to effectively prevent the affected losses. The employer should have taken other measures prior or parallel to retrenchment to forestall losses, such as cutting of other costs other than labor costs. Ito po yung sinasabi natin na kanina na kailangan may remedial measures bago mag-retrench si employer sa kanyang labor cost. And the fourth is, if the alleged losses, if already realized, and the expected imminent losses sought to be forestalled, must be proven by sufficient and convincing evidences. It bears emphasis that serious business losses should be proven by financial statements duly audited by the independent external auditor, para hindi po self-serving. Uulitin natin, kaibigan, kailangan substantial, reasonably imminent, the employer is in good faith, other measures like cutting cost bago ang labor cost, financial statements duly audited by an independent external auditor. If the grounds of retrenchment are not proved, the retrenchment will be declared illegal and of no effect. If the retrenched employees signed quit claims, they may be declared invalid. Even his inacceptance of the retrenchment pay does not amount to estoppel, which does not bar him from contesting his separation. So kaibigan, kapag hindi na-prove ang apat na elements, malamang ma-declared na illegal at even ha, kahit nakapag-sign ng quit claims, maaring ma-declared na invalid ito. Ito pa, kahit na natanggap niya ang retrenchment pay, hindi ito hadlang para for contesting her or his separation. Kaibigan, alam mo ba na mayroong criteria na ginagamit sa pagpili ng empleyado for the ground of retrenchment in order to be fair and reasonable? First, less preferred status. Example, pag may mga temporary employees, yun muna yung maunang terminate. Sila muna ang unang aalisin. Secondly, efficiency rating. Dito, magbe-base sa performance naman ito. At ang pangatlo is for seniority. The last in, first out or LIFO rules indicates that between 2 or more employees affected by a retrenchment program, the last one employed will be the first to go. Seniority of the ones hired earlier, therefore, prevails. So, sa madaling salita, kaibigan, kung sino ang nahuli, siya ang unang mawala. Kung sino ang nauna na ipasok, siya ang pinakamahuling mawala or hindi maisama sa retrenchment. Such rule has its merits, but its observance is not a statutory duty of the employer. Kaibigan, in accordance with the Labor Code, for a valid implementation of retrenchment program, the employer must serve written notices on the employees and dole at least 30 days prior to the intended date of retrenchment, specifying the grounds for dismissal. Finally, ito yung importante. Mahalaga. Ito ang pinakamahalagang aspeto ng termination of employment ay ang payment of employees separation pay, equivalent to at least 1 month pay or at least 1/2 month pay for every year of service, whichever is higher. A fraction of at least 6 months shall be considered as 1 whole year. Mr. Kaalaman, paano ba yung computation? Naguguluhan ako Ganito yan, kaibigan. Sample natin. Si Juan de la Cruz ay may monthly salary na 20,000 pesos. Nakapag 4 years siya sa company. Sinasabi sa batas, separation pay equivalent to at least 1 month pay or at least 1/2 month pay for every year of service, whichever is higher. Ngayon, dahil si Juan ay naka 4 years siya sa company, 20,000 divided by 2 equals to 10,000. Yan ang 1/2 month salary niya. Now, times natin by 4 years dahil naka 4 years siya sa company. So, 10,000 times 4 equals to 40,000. So, uuwi siya ng 40,000 pesos. Saan ba ang gusto mo? 20,000? 1 month salary or 40,000? Kaya ang ibabayad sa iyo 40,000 kasi sabi sa batas, whichever is higher, yun ang ibabayad sa iyo. In my humble point of view, kaibigan, nasa labor code ang pag-terminate sa isang empleyado for the ground of retrenchment. Pero bago mangyari ang retrenchment, kailangan si employer is makumply niya ang requirements nito. Ang 4 na elements must be proven at ang criteria nito to be fair and reasonable para pagdating ng araw ay hindi ma-declared na illegal at invalid ang retrenchment. Ngayon, kaibigan, may kaalaman ka na. Hanggang sa huli, kaibigan, at huwag kalimutan, kung ikaw ay may kaalaman, sharing is caring. Thank you so much.